So let's use the external power supply, and we see power supply setup about like 4 volt over there, 700 milliamp. Yeah, I can feel the heat in this area. Yeah, I want to figure out is this side or this side.
That
Yes.
we don't know if the hurricane is going to hit here.
We don't know yet.
But we should if it.
Yeah, I still can't figure out where the shirt is on the top here or in the bottom here. So we go with this area as we had a shorted capacitor in this area and some XRs. So just to save the phone is being opened before someone work on it. Of course, maybe they try to get figure out what is the short. And yeah, I removed this bed shield. It's really hard to remove without the low melt solder because it has this internal solder here. It doesn't melt, this one here, so it's very hard to take down. So quick check where the area is. Usually get short this around the charging IC. Yeah, these capacitors they just shorted, and I think one of them is a VCC. So let's plug it and see if oh yeah. Like you can see the TriStar, the charging IC, it's extremely hot. But usually the problem is not here. So this capacitor here, it tested short. This one right here. And that's the VDD main before this resistor here. So I remove this resistor to see if the short is this side or the short is the other side before I go ahead and replace this IC. You can see the other side, there is not that much, there is just two little capacitors. And I already checked them, there's with the thermal camera, it's not, they don't get hot. So when I inject the voltage here, you can see that's the VDD main, the other side of this resistor. That's the VDD main. And from the VDD main, the voltage go everywhere in the board. You can see this side and this side. everywhere. So after you remove the shell, because that's a low melt solder on it, or the shell then the CPU, this one here, I inject the voltage from here, and this capacitor here, that's the one is showing is shorted. The only spot I can see is something here under the shield, or maybe the other side too. See, under here. So at the first it was this capacitor, this is short, this one right here. But after I remove this, so it's not short anymore, it means this IC is not shorted. And injecting the voltage in the other side, we did see a spot here getting hot. So we don't know if it's in the top or in the bottom. Remove the shell, because that's the easy one. So I remove the CPU shell, because that's an easy one. And let's inject some voltage and see if it's going to show anything. Alright, you see something very dim. Let me show you. Okay, let's try again. Right here. Watch right here where you see my finger. You see it? That's the spot we need to look at. The thermal camera shows us this area here, and the alcohol is show us here. This is a shorted capacitor. Of course, you're going to see the short everywhere in the VDD main, but alcohol told us this is the one is getting hot. So let's remove that capacitor. That's the little capacitor, so let's test it. Shorted capacitor. And let's test here. Do we still have any short in the VDD main? No, it's good. So you can see how many capacitor in the VDD main. There is maybe over 100 capacitor. So one of them, if it's missing, that's okay. So no need to replace that one. Especially that one is close to the interfield chip. The chip has a coding under it, and it's close to the processor. So it's not a good idea to put a lot of heat around the processor. So let's put the phone in the board and see if it's gonna boot. So you see the board, I didn't put the shell yet. And we want to test it to see if we get anything. Yeah, it was kind of hard to find that shirt by the processor, but it turns on. And as you see, that capacitor on the alcohol is barely moving. Yeah, we got it turned on, and still have the data for the customer, and this repair is for the data recovery.
Yes.
First, then if the phone works, it's okay. If the phone doesn't work, but at least we get to the data recovery. Alright, this is all for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you again.